CDN News at 8, live from Carmel Catholic High School with Aaron Risley, Hope Simutis, and Chief Meteorologist Willie Gillespie.
Good morning, I'm Aaron Risley.
And I'm Hope Simutis. Thank you for joining us this morning. It's 8:03.
Ms. Keurig and Ms. Gilly are excited to announce an educational travel opportunity for all French and Spanish students to Morocco and southern Spain. Students will have the opportunity to earn 3 college credits along with visiting important historical and cultural sites.
You must be 15 by the time of the trip and have some language experience in either Spanish or French. Please refer to the weekly newsletter to learn more, and if you have any questions, email Ms. Keurig at akeurig@carmelhs.org or Ms. Gilly at tgilly@carmelhs.org.
The next club meeting for the Healthcare Club is 7:30 in room SC1, November 11th. The Google Classroom code is WHUP2ET, WHUP2ET.
On November 19th, first aid training will be provided here at Carmel by the American Red Cross. They have a few spots still available. Email Mrs. Carmody if interested.
School counselors are beginning to meet with all junior students for their regularly scheduled semester meetings. The counselors have changed to a fully electronic pass system, and you will receive your pass through Google Calendar.
The invite will come to your email inbox, and you should accept the invitation if the date/time works for you. If it does not work for you, decline and let your counselor know you need to reschedule. Let your teacher know at the beginning of class if you will be leaving for your counselor meeting. It is your responsibility to remember the meeting time.
Jostens will be available on campus during all lunch periods on Thursday, November 10th to deliver jewelry to sophomore students who have placed an order. Students should stop by the Jostens table in the cafeteria on this day to receive their order.
Carmel Catholic High School's theater presents Holes, a play based on the book and then movie by Louis Sacher. Tickets are on sale at carmelcatholichs.ludus.com. For more information, please email chansel@carmelhs.org or call 847-388-3450.
Speaking of theater, up next we have Damon Rafey interviewing Noah Green and Avi Garg about Holes.
We're back. I'm Damian Raffi with CDN News, and I'm here today with Avi Garg and Noah Green to talk about the fall play Holes. First of all, could you two tell us who you're playing?
Yeah, so I play a boy named Stanley Yelnats IV.
And I play a boy named Zero.
Could you two tell us a little bit about your roles?
Yeah, so Stanley is kind of this shy, nerdy-ish guy who thinks his family's been cursed for several generations.
And I'm Zero. He's a very quiet kid at the Camp Green Lake, as you'll find out later in the show. But as the story unfolds, more secrets are revealed about me.
Could you two tell us a little bit about how the production has been going this year?
Yeah, it's been going well. Just like a couple weeks ago, we started off our full cast rehearsals, so that's been really nice. And then just recently, we've been doing rehearsals with the actual set, and the set looks amazing, so that's been really nice.
How long have you guys been in theater?
I've been in it for just over a year. My first show was Puffs last year.
And I've been doing theater since elementary school, so yeah.
And Avi, this is your first Carmel production. So do you have anything to say to freshmen that might be interested in joining theater?
Yeah, I'd say if you're a freshman interested in theater, then go for it. You know, theater is a really lively and kind group of people, so yeah, I'd say high school is the perfect time to try new things.
And then can you guys tell us the dates for the show?
Yeah, so they're this Thursday through Sunday. We have one show each day.
All right, that's all from me. Up next, we have Andy Salto and Mr. Potasic for Youth and Government. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Andy Salto from CDN News, and this is your weekly club spotlight. Today, I'm here with Mr. Potasic to talk about youth and government. Hi, Mr. Potasic.
Good morning.
What is youth and government?
Youth and Government is essentially a mock government club that's been around for about 73 years now in the state of Illinois, and it is in its 11th year here at Carmel High School. It's a chance for kids to participate in all levels of state government, from the executive, the legislative, and the judicial branches.
How could youth and government help you in the future?
Well, today is election day, right? And the motto for Youth and Government is democracy must be learned by each generation. This club basically enables the students to learn democracy in action by participating in all the levels of government. As legislators, several of our Carmel students are writing bills that they're presenting at these various pre-leg sessions that we have. Eventually, we'll be going down to Springfield in March to really present these bills to about 3,000 students from across the state of Illinois.
Who can join youth and government?
Youth and Government's open to all students, freshmen to seniors, different roles for different students, but it's open to everybody. We also run it in conjunction with our current events club. So even if you're not necessarily wanting to get involved with the legislative or judicial or executive branches, the current events club is about just being aware of what's going on and having a healthy conversation about issues affecting students today.
When and where are the meetings?
Meetings are held every Thursday right after school in my classroom, 601. They run roughly anywhere from a half hour to an hour, depending, but every Thursday.
What event did youth and government attend last Friday?
This past Friday we went to Nequa Valley High School for Pre-Leg 1. It's basically a training/debate session where the kids present their ideas, meet with other kids from across northern Illinois. Later on in December, we'll have Pre-Leg 2 at Lake Park High School. Kind of a continuation of what happened at Pre-Leg 1, mostly training, but also giving them a chance to present their ideas to other students. The big event is in March. That's when we go down to Springfield for a weekend. We get full use of the Capitol complex. We get to be on the floor of the Illinois House and Senate, in the governor's office, in the press box, in the offices of the judiciary. We really do get free reign access of the entire governmental structure of the state of Illinois.
What are some future events that youth and government will be going to?
Yeah, like I said, the big event really is the Springfield Convention, is what they call it. It's a chance for kids from across the state of Illinois, roughly 3,000 participants, to come and debate their bills, to participate in the legislative process, to also engage in the press corps and the judicial side of government as well. We have kids running for governor. The president of our club, Massioni is running for governor. He's on the ballot. So we have kids running for all levels of office. We have bills being presented. We have students as young as freshmen working as legislative assistants, lobbyists. So it's really a good way to get involved in the governmental process.
Thank you, Mr. Potasic.
And go vote if you're 18.
Up next, we have Cameron Lockhart in an interview with Gabby Belmonte.
I'm Cameron Lockhart, and I'm here today with Gabby Belmonte, the student director of the Fall Play. So, Gabby, for people who are unaware, what is the Fall Play and what is it about?
So the Fall Play is Holes. It was originally a book, and then it got produced into a movie starring Shia LaBeouf. And now it's a play, and that is what we're performing. And it's basically about Stanley, who is this kind of like kid who is in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he gets sent to Camp Green Lake, and he has to bond with the boys there, and it's a little bit of action, a little bit of touchy-feely stuff, but it's a really good story.
Interesting. So as the student director of Holes, what is your job in helping the play be show ready?
So basically, I kind of act as like a right-hand man to Miss Rovick, our adult director, and I just kind of like, I help choreograph things. I have choreographed a few fights and like action scenes, I guess. I sometimes work with actors one-on-one just to like get their scenes to be show ready. It's been a lot of fun because we have a lot of new actors in the show, so it's been like fantastic working with them.
Awesome, good to hear. How long have you personally been in theater?
I've been in theater since 7th grade. Yeah.
Wow, that's a long time. How many shows then were you involved in? That would make it 7 years with theater. How many shows?
Okay, so including our street scene shows here, I've been involved in 13 shows, hopefully 14 with Guys and Dolls.
And then do you happen to have a favorite?
Oh gosh, I think Sister Act last year was like definitely top 5, but I really loved Godspell my sophomore year because it was the first onstage show I had after being stuck at home for COVID. So
awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in this morning, Gabby. Make sure to buy your tickets at carmelcatholicHS.ludus.com. After the break, we'll have Liam Brown with sports.
After an amazing year, football fell to Sycamore this Saturday, 43-0. Saturday, Hannah Green did an amazing job for swimming sectionals, getting second overall in the 200 IM. Maya Hernandez also got 27 seconds on the freestyle. In cross country, Izzy Bing medaled 23rd out of 250 runners at state. Make sure you congratulate her. Cole, Nora, and Joy also turned in outstanding performances in their first state meet. There will be a meeting for girls track this Thursday in the IC at 3:20. We'll be right back with Anna Hardman and Ashley Shabowski. Welcome back. We're joined now with Ashley Sobowski and Anna Bartman. So, when is the team's first game?
So our first game is November 15th at 7 o'clock p.m. at home against Hersey.
Okay, so how do you obviously coming off a state championship, how do you come off the championship and keep the same energy?
Yeah, well, we know that teams are going to come out strong. They're going to want to beat us, so we just got to go out there, play our game, not worry about what anyone else is saying or doing. We have pretty much everyone back this year except for 2 of our seniors, so we know what to do. We just got to go out and do it.
Okay, what's your guys' favorite part of something in practice, like a secret thing that you guys do?
So we just learned a new chant. So at the end of each practice, we all circle up and a new person leads us in the chant, and we also go around saying one good thing we saw from the practice.
Yeah, it's kind of just like a way to end practice on a good note.
All right. Good luck this season. Up next, it's a big day in the polls. We'll be joined by our chief political analyst, Mr. Waddle, to break it all down. News at 8 coming right back.
Precisely kind of information do you want from the study? What do you want? What do you want?
Morning, 8:20. We're back, joined this morning for the first time on CDN with our chief political analyst, Mr. Waddle. Mr. Waddle, thank you for coming on the show this morning.
Sure, thanks for inviting me.
Big day in the polls. We're kind of breaking down the different races. We'll start with Governor, incumbent J.B. Pritzker running against Darren Bailey. Any thoughts on that race?
It doesn't look like it's going to be particularly close, despite the millions and millions of dollars spent in advertising. I'm sure we've all seen the ads. Most people expect Pritzker to win re-election pretty easily.
Okay, moving on to Senate now. Tammy Duckworth, Kathy Salvi running for that race. Talk about your thoughts on that one.
Yeah, again, I think Tammy Duckworth is looked at as kind of a rising star in the Democratic Party. And so outside organizations haven't been pouring as much money into Illinois for this Senate race. So you haven't seen a lot of ads in favor of Kathy Salvi. So I expect Tammy Duckworth will probably win re-election also pretty easily.
Okay, and then Supreme Court, Elizabeth Rockford on the Democratic side, Mark Curran on the Republican side. He's got Carmel ties and was Lake County Sheriff in the past. Talk about your thoughts on Supreme Court.
Yeah, the Supreme Court races this year actually are really interesting. We have 2 seats open. Illinois is different from the federal court system. We elect our Supreme Court judges. And really the Republican-Democratic balance of the Supreme Court is on the line. I think that you've seen a lot of ads both in favor and against both the candidates for the Supreme Court. That one's probably a little bit tougher to call. I think Kern's going to do well in McHenry County and a little west. I think Rochford's probably going to do better here in Lake County.
Okay, and then talk just generally about there are a big concern for voters this year is election safety and election integrity. Talk about your thoughts on that and how that may impact voter turnout this election.
Yeah, I think one of the things that is a concern is all the claims of voter fraud that came out of the 2020 election. Despite a lack of evidence of widespread voter fraud, I think we saw in the runoff elections in Georgia in 2020, Republican turnout actually came down because there wasn't confidence in free and fair elections. So it's certainly a concern. However, the early voting numbers and vote-by-mail numbers are up across the country, and it looks like voter turnout hopefully this year will be even higher than 2018, the last midterm, which was the highest in 104 years. So hopefully we have high voter turnout across the country.
Yeah, we'll see. And polls opened at 7 o'clock this morning. And finally, just kind of wrapping this up, you took students to vote for the second time Carmel history. You want to talk about what that experience kind of meant to you?
Yeah, it was, you know, as a teacher of civics, I think seeing students exercise what it means to be a good citizen was really an incredibly proud moment for me, both when we went in 2020, right before the shutdown, everything shut down, and this last trip, seeing 21 of, I think, the 51 eligible students take advantage of that opportunity to go and vote as a group was really impactful for me, and I hope they become lifelong voters.
Awesome. All right. Thank you for coming on the show, Mr. Waddle. We'll have you back tomorrow morning to kind of go over and break down the results as the polls have opened today, and we'll be seeing you back here tomorrow morning. That's going to do it for us here this morning at 8:24. Thank you for joining us. Have a great Tuesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Thank you.